All right, welcome. Weekly cybersecurity briefing. Obviously, cyber attacks are going way up, and that is why we are doing these briefings. So we're going to go over our agenda first thing, like we all do every week. We do an introduction, talk about current cybersecurity landscape, recent cyber attacks and breaches, cybersecurity best practices, FTC safeguard compliance, if there's any updates with that, as that is a ever-growing situation, and we'll have some closing statements. So thank you for being here. It says a lot about you, whether you're a CEO, middle management, or you say, I just show up, I just work here. We're glad to have you. We are all about education here at Vandernet. And if you have any questions, please email us at hello@rethinksecure.com. We would love to receive those questions and answer and be helpful as much as possible. This cybersecurity briefing is 15 to 20 minutes. It's to get you the information you need and to get you back to work. So who are we? I'm Garrett. I'm the CEO here at Vandernet. In 2020, we pivoted. We saw a lot of things change when workers went home from their corporate office spaces to their living rooms and their houses. And what hackers did was they caught onto that pretty quick, and they said, wow, all this intellectual property that was behind the corporate firewall or the building is now sitting in millions and millions of living rooms across the world. So they took advantage of that, and we saw that happen. And we're like, we got to do something different, because it's just not about IT anymore. It's about really protecting the people, the data, and the technology. And it's extremely important that we do that. And so we pivoted from being just an IT solutions provider to being a cybersecurity focused company. And we focus on the financial services industry, accounting, and wealth management firms. And we are in the US Central region of the United States. So no matter where you're from, we would love to talk to you and help you better secure your business. So today we're going to talk about the current cybersecurity landscape, latest trends, threats, developments in cybersecurity, and how they impact you. So we hear this all the time. What happens when you think your IT or service provider is doing cybersecurity and you get hacked anyways? Did you know that 88% of the current IT professionals are not qualified to do cybersecurity? 88%, and that comes from a study from the Cybersecurity Workforce Study, where it talks about specialization, what it takes to actually institute cybersecurity. And 88% of IT professionals are not qualified to do that function. So why does this matter? So you would not ask your orthopedic bone doctor surgeon to do open heart surgery, would you? You would ask your cardiac heart surgeon to do surgery on you if you have a heart problem. So they're both doctors, right? An orthopedic doctor is just as much of a doctor as a cardiac surgeon doctor, but they each have their own functional role. It's important to consult the expert in the specialty you are seeking. When you have a heart problem, if anything you take away from today is, if you have a heart problem, go to the heart doctor, don't go to your bone doctor. And that is why you go see a general practice physician first, and then they make a recommendation to a specific professional that can meet that specific need. What we're doing today is we're just selling you. We are here to help, and it's important to realize that it takes a special concentration to execute and implement cybersecurity well. So you're like, but we have an IT department. And I'm here to say, us at Vandernet, we love IT departments because they provide an intrinsic role inside the organization. They're there to keep the heartbeat and the equipment running and replaced. And so if your organization already has an IT department, that's great. But it's important that you seek external help, even for them. Even if you are in an IT department, we love you. But we're also here to help you. We're here to come alongside you and implement the best practice cybersecurity. But if you don't have an IT department, We're here to help you with your technology needs in cybersecurity. We are a cybersecurity first IT solutions provider, and there's a huge difference in that. So when we go over recent cyber attacks and breaches, we're going to note a couple of things today. A few weeks ago, actually about a month ago, we talked about the automotive industry getting hit hard by CDK. CDK, you're like, who's CDK? Who's, in the automotive industry, and why are they important? So CDK is naturally a software company. They develop software to help I saw a picture the other day of like what they do. And you can think of like sales, you can think about maintenance and service for your vehicle. You can think about like there was just so many different like contracts or purchasing or credit reporting. It's a suite of software, a single software provider that provides all of this information um, to a automotive dealership. And so you sign up with them. And oh, by the way, did you know that CDK also said they did cybersecurity, that they protected their clients? Did you know that they actually said that they had an incident response plan? Where was it? Why did it take nearly 2.5 to 3 weeks to recover from the situation? And they're still recovering. The key is that there has to be a practice. And we just talked about this. 88% of IT professionals are not qualified to do cybersecurity work. So it's important that it's not a value-added service, that it really is a core concentration. There's a huge difference. Where CDK was doing cybersecurity as a value-added service to the customers, and they said that they had all these things in place, but they didn't really, because in order to recover, they should have been able to recover much faster from the incident. Even worse, get this, they were going to pay the ransom. They did pay the ransom. They were willing to pay the ransom to supposedly help the information to not get leaked. And it's devastating. What the fallout of this is, we will not know until much later, but we do know the initial impact of that situation. And the initial impact of that situation is dealerships around the nation were down. Lots and lots of them. And some relatively local were affected. So it's important that the moral of this story or this article is that there's more to it. And if you're going to put all of your eggs in one basket, it's extremely important that there is a plan, an incident response plan, that there is backups, not just taking somebody's word for it, but like really have a conversation about it and really see proof that those backups work. How are they practicing it? Are they releasing an annual report saying that they're testing that stuff? It's important. So the next thing I have today for us is we receive intel releases from Missouri State Highway Patrol, and we also receive intel releases if it comes down through like Department of Homeland Security or the FBI. If they release stuff, we are on threads to receive that. So it's important to know that what I'm about to discuss is actually unclassified and is in a public awareness bulletin because there is sensitive data that sometimes does go through those streams, and we have to be careful about that. So this is something that was sent out in a publication, and in this publication, it talks specifically about just like you have an app store, like the iPhone App Store or the Android Play Store. You go there, right, and you search for applications to download and install on your device. And what happens is you're installing those applications on your device just like you go there and you want that app. Well, did you not know? Maybe you did, maybe you don't know, but cyber criminals are developing app stores for cyber criminals. And there's applications that you can go and subscribe to. And it's software as a service, just like you're familiar with software as a service, that you go and you subscribe to monthly reports, right? Well, they have the same thing now. They have on the dark web, websites where you can go and you can download applications and packages. And so one of the things is it's phishing as a service. Just similarly to we would pay for email marketing platforms. What's important about the email marketing platforms is they email, right? Like, and they tell you if people opened it or if they click links. That's a marketing platform that would be used for good. But cyber criminals have developed their own marketing platforms to market ransomware or other malicious malware. So sending you fake emails and trying to get you to click on that UPS package or the Amazon delivery that was delayed by 2 days. And you're like, what? Why is this delivered 2 days late? So they're using the same platforms, similar platforms, and you can go there and you can subscribe and you can load your contacts in and target those organizations. Cyber criminals are not after just the large enterprise companies. They're after companies and people just like you and myself. So it's extremely important to know there's good applications and there's also applications used for evil. And it's a growing problem, and you need to be aware of that because that means that you need to have a more heightened sense of awareness of what is actually happening and going on. So one of the big things I want to talk about is 2024 is by far the largest year for data breaches. And so I have an article pulled up, and I would love to talk to you, pull it up and talk to you specifically about that article. So when we look at this article, it says we're over halfway through 2024, and already this year, we've had some of the biggest, most damaging data breaches in history. And just when you think some of these hacks can't get any worse, they do. So we're just going to briefly kind of just summarize, the AT&T data leak exposed 73 million customer accounts. Oh, by the way, if you're an AT&T customer and you haven't changed your account PIN yet, you better do that ASAP. Whether it's business or personal, it doesn't matter. You need to be changing your authorization PIN. If you used your social security number, a lot of people use the last four of their social security number to verify their account. You need to make sure that you're getting in touch with AT&T and you're changing that today. So what's next? Synopsis ransomware attack sparked widespread outages at hospitals across London. Ticketmaster had an alleged 560 million records stolen in the Snowflake hack, which Snowflake is actually just within the last month attack that's happened, and it's a big vulnerability that's being released. It is a growing problem. Along with, you can see, lots of Neiman Marcus, Santander Bank. It is a problem. So here's what I have for you today. I want you to take this away. Is in light of all of these recent cyber attacks and data breaches, you need to go back through and you need to ask yourself, any passwords that you've had in the last 5 years, if those passwords have been used in multiple locations, you need to go through and change all your passwords. Right now, today. Don't delay. I heard a great quote is, don't delay what you are capable of doing today. So go through your passwords, and if you're using similar passwords, every single website you have needs to have a different password. You need to use a password manager to ensure that each website you interact with has a different password. And you're like, that's so annoying. What's more annoying is using the same password across all these applications, and then you get popped, your password's gone, and the next thing you know, you are in trouble. So, cybersecurity best practices. What I'm closing today with is making sure that you're verifying the emails from the people that are emailing you. Make sure that you are checking to make sure that the sender email address is in fact the person that's emailing you, not one character off. See the email domain? So if it's ACME, make sure it's not ACMES. If you're expecting from ACME, make sure the email is ACME. And if it looks suspicious, it might actually be from that person, but if it looks suspicious, I can't tell you how many calls we get and we field through our support desk of malicious emails. And what we've trained our clients, and they're getting really, really good at it. And they'll send us a copy of it, and they'll say, "Hey, does this look fraudulent?" And one of the big ones that we're seeing is like OneNote shares, like, "Hey, here's a bill from," and it's like a OneNote share through Office 365. Don't click it; it's bad. But if in doubt, you should always be in doubt. That's how I feel. You should always be in doubt. If in doubt, pick up the phone, call the person, say, "Hey, I got this email. Is it really from you?" If they say yes, then you're more likely okay to open it. Don't open emails. Verify that the domain's correct, but don't open emails that you shouldn't open. Okay. So thanks for being here. If you have any questions, you can email dkane@vandernet.io. This is 15 to 20 minutes. It's every week. I want to say thanks for being here. I appreciate it. If you have additional questions, we'd love for you to reach out, and we'd love to have a free 15-minute cybersecurity strategy session with you to go over your needs and maybe just answer some questions for you. We're here for you. We're here for education. We absolutely love cybersecurity, and we love helping secure businesses every day. We will see you next week, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.